I can't think of a better place than Sydney to hold the first South by Southwest outside of Austin, Texas. This beautiful city with its multicultural communities, but also its creative communities, is the perfect place for South by to arrive at. This will be an economic boon for Sydney, more than $24 million expected in the local economy as 27,000 visitors come to visit our city. But more than that, it's a chance for the creative community to come together. That's the real excitement that people will feel in the city this week. Well, it's not just South by Southwest Sydney. For the first time out of Austin, Texas, here in Sydney, it'll be followed by Great Southern Nights, by a series of musicals taking the stage across the city, rolling into the Sydney Festival and then the Biennale. This is a really exciting time as Sydney comes alive.
Look, as we saw during the Women's World Cup of Football, when Sydney comes out to play, we come out to play hard. And what could be more fun than an incredible assortment of artists, thinkers, thought-provokers, talent from around the world at South by Southwest? It's to think we're the first city in the world, Sydney, that has ever gone to outside of Texas. We should be honoured and we should really rock this. I think there's just going to be a feeling that there's something going on. There are really fascinating, engaging, artistic tech people in town. And I also think there's going to be a great sense of regret from people who don't come. Don't make yourself one of those. Get along to South by Southwest Sydney.
I feel like Sydney is an inspiring place for artists alike because it has so many different communities that support artists, and you don't feel alone. There's beautiful people around, great food, lovely weather, and it's lovely to be in Sydney. Sydney's a great place for nurturing up-and-coming talent because it really supports emerging artists. There are lots of people here in Sydney that have great experience and can be great mentors, but lots of festivals like Sydney Festival or even Vivid actually support new and emerging talent and creative work. So get out there, go and see some shows.
I actually think about the harbour a lot. On the Preacher's last record, Girlhood, we actually spoke about trying to create the sound of the harbour and the water and the air and like the brightness of the sky and the reflection of the water off the Opera House sails. Stuff like that, I think place has always had a big impact and inspired me as a songwriter, and also the sound particularly. So I'm performing in Sydney on the 18th of November at the Great Club in Marrickville, and it's kind of a special show because not only is it my first solo Sydney show since I split from the Preachers, it's also my last show in Sydney for, I don't know, a while, because I'm moving to the States with my family at the end of the year. So it's going to be pretty special.
We've promised that South by Southwest Sydney will have more than 1,000 events and sessions. And with 80% of the program ready to be uploaded, I counted 1,087 sessions and events and experiences last night. We identified that Haymarket, Ultimo, Chippendale, the Darling Quarter and the wonderful ACC was the best environment to be able to access different types of venues and spaces. The magic happens not just by planning what you want to see and do. Some of the best experiences that I've had in 19 South by Southwests haven't been what was on my schedule. It's been parties I've accidentally turned up at. It's been walking past a venue and hearing a band play that sounded really interesting. South by Southwest is all about discovery.